going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your match reaction. It was Everton 0, Bournemouth 2. Awful game of football. We hit the post 3 times in the second half. Tarkowski had probably one of, if not the worst games I've seen in an Everton shirt. And as soon as the boys were rattled, they reverted back to long ball, playing it up to Beto, who can't hold up anything. I mean, it was awful. We looked better in the second half. We created chances. There was numerous opportunities, but again, we just did very little right. And you know, it's cost Everton. It's cost us today. You know, Bournemouth rattled the changes. You know, Clivert was on the bench. You know, this is a Bournemouth side that have had injury issues, real problems, and an FA Cup game against Everton is, you know, probably something that they didn't really fancy based on the fact that Everton have been absolutely flying of late and putting in good performances, etc. But the facts are, we were so poor. We were so poor today, and there's just no coming round from it, really. Obviously, without the FA Cup, that was officially the last FA Cup game at Goodison, and it's a bit of a shame that it goes out the way it did. I thought there was a few players that were poor. I didn't think Ashley Young was great. I didn't think Tarkowski was great. I thought James Garner looked fantastic at times in the first half and then went very quiet in the second. He is just coming back from injury, so, you know, I'm not holding that against him fundamentally, but we just were never in the game in terms of the putting the ball in the net. Like, Beto isn't the answer, you know, and he got 2 goals last week, and we were playing the ball through the channel for him, and he was using his pace, but he was going up against 2 players that are much worse than the centre-halves that Bournemouth have got. You know, Bournemouth, I think, are 7th in the league and have got 1 defeat in 11 or 12 or something. You know, they're on a really good run. They're clearly not a poor side. So, yeah, it's very disappointing to see how bad it was. Very disappointing to see where we are, but we are where we are. The other thing I'd say as well is it speaks absolute volumes that Michael Keane comes on the 80th minute, because we haven't got strikers. We didn't bring one in January. I thought it was a mistake. I weren't expecting a fantastic calibre of player, but I was expecting something, and today showed why I think we needed one, because there was no other option. We were just Beto, and that's it. And no disrespect, but he's not good enough. He isn't good enough. He's not going to be good enough. And, you know, we will get the odd goal. He will create havoc. But today, I thought he was poor. I thought he was really poor today, from start to finish. I didn't feel like he was ever in the game. He had a couple of opportunities that were nothing opportunities. It was just poor. You know, for Michael Keane to come on and instantly start winning flick-ons and start instantly winning headers, I think speaks absolute volume. And it also, you know, what does the young lad on the bench, you know, the young lad on the bench who stepped up into the first team, what does it say when he can't get 5 minutes? You know, what does it say about this football team if that's the talent that we've got? It needs to be a huge job in the summer. You know, we're not going to go down, and we're out the FA Cup now. The season, for me, today is over, because I don't think we're getting dragged back into this relegation battle. But the season is done, and I was hoping we might have a little cup run of some type, but it just isn't going to happen, and I think we've almost got to accept it, move on, get on with it, because this Everton team, you know, we're nowhere near Bournemouth. We're nowhere near Bournemouth. And that's not a dig at Bournemouth, by the way. Their fans were fantastic. But to look at the difference in Bournemouth, who were a championship side a few years ago, to Everton, it's chalk and cheese, and we've fallen off completely. I had to move. So, we were just poor. And look, you know, I've said this time and time again, these things are going to happen. You know, Moyes can't come in and all of a sudden we win every game. But I don't know. I did feel like that was the one that we would win. We've put in some fairly solid performances, and yeah, it is disappointing to be out of the cup. I'm gutted that we've lost a home tie in the FA Cup, and that's the last game at Goodison in the FA Cup. Like, I'm gutted for that reason. I wish that we were in it longer. I wish we were, you know, essentially progressing. I just feel like it's all over. I literally feel like the season is over, and that is what kind of hurts a bit, because yeah, we're not going to be in a problem. We're not going to go down. We're not going to be in a mess. We're clearly light on firepower. I mean, I'm not going to lay into Beto anymore, but you know, we should have enough. But if we turn up like that on Wednesday night against Liverpool, they're going to absolutely do us. Now, I know we've hit the post 3 times, and you know, there was opportunities to score. If I'm being honest, we should have scored. We had the chances towards the end to score, but to be honest, so did Bournemouth. Bournemouth had Pickford had to make a good save from Cliver. The 2 goals we conceded were an absolute joke. I mean, the first one, the penalty's just stupidness, and the second one is a Pickford mistake. I mean, it's just a fundamental error that cost us the game. Pathetic, but it is what it is. I'm not going to beat these players up too much. You know, they've done all right lately, so I'm gutted, but I'm okay. Do you get what I mean? Right, I'm leaving it there. This match reaction's been very bitter, and I've not enjoyed it because I am genuinely sad, and we got to keep moving on. To all the people that come up and said hello to me, thank you ever so much. Had a really good conversation with a couple of gents in Wetherspoons. I'm so sorry if I get these names wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Phil and Lee, but I'm sorry if it weren't. But all in all, thank you so much for your support and your love, and yeah, we keep going. Up the toffees, keep smiling, peace.